Okay, so in this section what we'd like to do is just to overview the inquiry record once you've data captured a customer and determined a vehicle of interest. So what we'll do is we'll cover off each of these click tab options that sit within the inquiry itself. So if we actually go straight to an inquiry, so from the front page, the daily log, we can click, for example, here, active prospects, and say this guy here comes up. We give him a little click on Jeff Stewart, and it will take us into the main body of the inquiry. So straight away it will just give us any sort of up-to-date inquiries that are happening with that particular client. As we can see here, they're interested in buying a new Toyota Camry, and they've got a part exchange here of a Honda CRV. If you actually click on vehicle inquiries, plural, you'll actually find that it will put up a historic listing of all the inquiries that customer's ever had with you as a dealership. So we can see here that at some time in the past the client was previously interested in buying a Hyundai Ioniq, but for some reason it became a lost opportunity, but currently they're interested in this Camry. So if we actually go back and we click on that I, it will basically takes you back to the previous screen. So we can see here all of the main elements of information. What I'm not going to do effectively is walk you through the vehicle inquiry information, customer record, because this, if you click on each of these, it follows exactly the same process steps that you would effectively go through if you were taking a new inquiry on a desktop or the iPad. So it will just follow exactly the same process. So if you want to know all the details of each of those tabs, then just look at those videos and they'll start to explain that information to you. Okay, so if we click on the next click option down, which is history, it will sort of give you a chronological order of interactions that you've had with that client, whether it be email, phone, diary entries, all of that kind of stuff. And of course it starts from the oldest at the bottom and works its way up to the newest. So currently we're on action number 9. If, for example, we want to click on personal notes, just to understand a little bit of information, what general information did we take about that client that might be of interest? We got their spouse's details there, what the current employment is of the client, drinks preferences, that kind of basic stuff. If you want to you found out a bit more information, you want to click add notes, you click on this little button here, and you can sort of type something in just here, and then click save, so it's nice and straightforward. The no date is quite important. There's a reason that it says no date, and what that means is that somebody has taken this particular inquiry, done absolutely nothing with it, and therefore it has become what we call an overdue contact. Now, if you just quickly observe here, down at the bottom right hand side, you can see the date on my computer is 28th of June, so that's today's date, and yet the inquiry was taken on the 27th of June. So whenever you take a new inquiry and you log it into the Enquiry Max system, it will log into the Enquiry Max diary the date at which you took and time and loaded that new inquiry into the system. So obviously if today's the 28th, you took it yesterday, then it's going to be a day overdue. In the calendar videos, if you'll see that once we click the done, it then gives us an option to push that client to a future date for a future action. So that's why it says no date. Okay, so if we just come down a little bit and we click on here where it's got contact details, you'll see here there's a little drop down arrow, and it gives us all the customer's contact information. So if your site is set up for it, you could physically click on that telephone number and literally just write in here, and you could send them an SMS, a text. Likewise, we can do the same thing with an email, so I'll simulate doing one right now for an email. So if you give that a little click, okay, it will put in up here all of the customer and your email details. You can quickly scribble out an email to the client, and once you're happy with that, you just click here to send it off. So we'll send that off to the client. It says happy days, it's all been delivered. Just click on the OK, and that'll log into the system, particularly under history, that action that you've just taken. So if you remember, I was on 9, it's now on 10. It's now saying that I've just sent the customer an email. If I want to sort of say, well, I can't remember what it was, what did I actually email that client? Just click on the email, and what it does is it'll put up a little preview screen so you can see, oh yeah, I remember what I wrote now. So it's quite straightforward from that perspective. If we go down here to contact details, okay, you'll notice that there's a little red box formed around the pencil as opposed to this little drop down arrow. This allows us to amend or edit those client details. So if there's extra information that we find out, we can load it into these entry fields just here. Alternatively, it might be that the customer is happy that we can contact them on a more regular basis and happy to complete extra details in terms of GDPR. So we click on the GDPR section, but likewise it might be that they want certain elements of it turned off, which again is no problem. We can just click off here or on for email and for any other of these contact mediums. Every single time you make a change to anything within the GDPR section, it will make a version number at the bottom here. So it actually records who's made the changes and when. So you can see here that this sales guy, he's made a change on this date, he's recorded it. If I go in as a different salesperson because I've taken over that client, it will record my details there, assuming I make a change just up here once we click save. Okay, so that is just a very quick whistle-stop tour of the Enquiry Max record and all the different functions that are within it. Thank you for watching one of our training and support videos. If you haven't done already, click on the subscribe button just to the right hand side of the screen, and then obviously if we upload any additional support training that you find of use, then you can be notified of it straight away. But until next time, see you then.